Episode 2, Honor Thy Father. You know, the one who shot himself while he was still in the floating device?
How nice of him
I know,
to leave
okay.
me leave me something to project my thoughts on to.
His father was projecting his thoughts all over the boat anyway.
You know, Corpse Dad, you're a lot cooler than real Dad was. I gotta tell you,
You know, you're
Corpse
really
Dad just
great
sitting
listener.
there, decaying rapidly in the sun.
Some seagulls picking at it.
Thanks for the advice, Corpse Dad. You know, you're right. Next time, I won't date my girlfriend's sister.
That was a dick move on my part. You know, if I ever make it back to the homeland, I'll make sure to apologize to her.
Anyways, welcome back where Cryptids react. I'm Frostbite the Wendigo. This is my friend Dagger the Hodag.
What's up, dudes?
And today we are back with another episode of Arrow. We
Woo.
are making the painful journey of slocking through all of Arrowverse
Look, it's not painful at first, right? It's a great start to most of them, so long as you're not that heavy
exactly.
into DC Comics at all.
Yeah, you know, it's like that first drink of the night. You know, you're feeling good, and then slowly you just deteriorate and hit that blackout point, and then you wake up the next morning.
And that's season 4 of Arrow.
Yeah. Season 4 of Arrow is definitely the blackout point.
Yeah. I wouldn't know.
So,
I actually haven't made
disclaimer:
it past season 2.
we have seen a little bit of all these shows.
Yeah, I have seen.
We both dropped them at certain points.
I dropped Arrow season 2. I don't remember if I finished season 2 or
The only one that I finished out of the Arrowverse was Arrow itself.
I actually haven't finished any of the Arrowverse shows.
But I haven't even glanced at Arrow since the final episode aired.
You know the one show I think I saw one episode of and then just didn't continue it at all?
What's that?
Supergirl.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. But guess what show we're also going to be finishing alongside it?
No.
It's going to be great.
They had 4 series. Why did they have 4 series?
Oh, there's so much shit in here. We gotta watch Batgirl too.
Oh, no.
We gotta watch Batgirl.
No, we don't. We really don't.
No, part of the Arrowverse. We gotta do it.
No, it's not. No, it is not.
You signed the contract already.
All right, well, let's just get it going then, so we can continue.
Yeah, let's just enjoy it while it's good, right?
Yeah, honestly, grab your drinks, get some tequila in your system.
We gotta watch the little intro every episode.
Every episode. That is such a CGI island.
I used to honor a vow I made to my father, who sacrificed his life for mine.
No, believe it or not, just so we know, was this Corpse Dad or was this real Dad? Because like, Corpse Dad's very different than Dad.
Yeah,
you already established
Corpse Dad
this.
is very different from Alive Dad, you know? Corpse Dad is a great listener. Also, whatever happened to John Diggle after, like, you knocked him out, bro?
So let them on the floor at the party. Uh-oh, sorry, John. Looks like you had a little too much to drink. What's going on here? I don't know. What's it look like?
I love just the...
He did
Why
not
were
wait.
you guys on the roof to begin with? Is all I want to know.
Oh, God. Oh, you said the thing! You're not even going to wait for him to do it?
Like, a nice transition, but, like, bro, you gotta stay there.
This guy gets more airtime than the Kardashians, right? I've been catching up. It's nice to see how much.
Aha! I get it. Because the show was called Keeping Up with the Kardashians, huh?
I hate that show. I've never seen it, but I don't want to. I don't care about the Kardashians.
Nobody does unless it's a sex. They talk about their sex tape.
I'm not even interested in the sex tape, dude.
Who could forget peeing on the cop?
I wish everyone would.
I've hanged.
No, nobody should forget peeing on the cop.
Never forget peeing on the cop.
It's the funniest shit.
See, you wouldn't understand, Mom.
Yeah, Mom, you wouldn't understand. You're a woman. You can't just whip it out and pee wherever you want, alright?
So, John's really just gonna not say anything about the fact that, you know, Oliver put him in a chokehold, right? Is he really not?
He just had a lot to drink that night. He was like, you know, maybe I was hallucinating that happened to me.
How many times are they gonna cut back to Sarah's death?
Until forget she did.
Until they bring her back. Why do they need to go to court for this?
You know, I'm not sure.
Does he have to get reinstated as a United States citizen after 5 years of assumed death? Is that how that works?
To vitiate the death in absentia filed after Oliver's disappearance at sea aboard the Queen's Gambit 5 years ago. Unfortunately, we will not be requesting that the declaration of death filed for the petitioner's father, Robert Queen, be rescinded. The Queen
Oh,
Okay,
that makes
so
sense.
it's the
I
death
didn't think you had to go to
certificate.
court for it, but
That's, yeah, I...
That was a little bit heavier than I was expecting it to be. Can we do that tomorrow, please?
not give a shit about her son's feelings.
I know, right?
Just spent 5 years away from civilization. I wasn't exactly thinking straight.
Yeah. Well, he mean to tell me you were thinking gay?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did he have to ask your permission to go to the courthouse?
Hi, Oliver Queen.
Emily Innocenti. Oliver just got back from 5 years on an uncharted island. Before that, he was cheating on me with my sister. He was with her when she died. And last week, he told me to stay away from him. It was really good advice.
Remember, kids, never flirt with your friends, or your ex's friends.
Dang, Star City courthouse popping off today.
I know, right? Jeez.
The paparazzi didn't even have to leave after Queen went inside.
Oh, look, they're right back on him.
Diggle, just shoot a couple rounds into the sky real quick.
There we go.
This happens to you a lot, doesn't it?
No, so far just twice.
Well, the other night, though, he put me in a chokehold.
Was taking bribes from the Chinese triad to smuggle drugs into our sea.
Why is it always the Chinese?
If Martin Summers is to get justice for his crimes, then someone is going to have to do it for them.
I don't know if that's going to hold up in a court of law. You know, like, it seems like some wild accusations. Do you have any evidence to present to the court about this?
No.
I'm sorry, but without evidence, we cannot convict the accused of guiltiness.
You know, it's funny watching him flail those bars around, but I don't recall him ever using swords.
Because he's an arrow guy. They don't call him the sword.
I just pictured the whole time. It's like turning off the lights, shooting someone, turning it back on.
No, see, I'm picturing instead, right? He was throwing swords at the lights. Hey man, just be glad he grazed your cheek with that and didn't hit you in the eye. Okay, quick question, right? She wants to figure out what the fuck Oliver Queen knows, right? Her son. So she hired some gang members to kidnap him to figure out what Oliver's dad told him. So she then hires this guy to be a bodyguard. What is your plan?
Rather you promise to take Mr. Diggle with you on your next rendezvous. It's not safe. You've already...
Oh, what? Would you like me to put Mr. Diggle in the cut chair too while I bang her mom?
Certainly be better if he was there, yeah, or like... Because then he'd be protecting you. He's the protection after all.
John Diggle can scare the STDs away.
I mean, he's ex-military, so yeah.
3 tours in Afghanistan, Mr. Queen.
It kind of sucks that we don't have like a military guy to tell us what 3 tours in Afghanistan means.
Father tried to pickpocket my stash this time because I'm going to go get drunk instead.
How did you know he pickpocketed you, though?
It tours usually like several months to a year in military combat.
Okay, got it, thanks.
You've been home a week and all you do is avoid Mom, ignore Walter, and judge me.
You know, honestly, I'd probably do the same for like the Mom and Walter bit, because that shit, again, there was definitely some adultery happening there.
Yeah.
And I don't mean after, you know, Dad became corpse dad.
Yeah, we mean before he became corpse dad.
Was that a practical joke?
Pretty impractical if you ask me.
Ah, I get it. It's funny, you're a funny guy for us.
I don't know what the point is. The man's a killer.
Is he, though? Has he actually killed anybody, though?
He's killed some of the goons.
Yeah, well, those are goons. No one cares about goons.
I care about the goons.
Alright, no, that's
I'm
fair.
pro-gooner.
I'm pretty good at keeping my emotions in check. I'm not.
Are you?
You and your daughter don't want to find out what I am capable of when I get emotional.
Are you threatening an officer?
Come on, Officer Lance.
That's not how that would work. That is not how that would work.
As you can see, Oliver, we've modernized quite a bit.
Modernized in 5 years? No offense, but I don't think modernizing takes place in 5 years. I mean, look at now and like 2020. Not much has changed in terms of technology.
argue that's probably because of COVID.
Well, there's that. Okay, fine. Bad example. 2020 to 2015.
Besides, Walter is doing a very good job here.
Isn't that right, Mr. Walter?
Yeah, isn't that right, Mr. Walter?
Be reminded of that.
Obviously you do.
Does he though? Look, I don't need to take it. No offense, but my name isn't Oliver Queen. It's Oliver Corpse Dad.
For the fact that my father's CFO now sleeps down the hall from me.
Is he really the only one with a problem with that? There's no way Speedy doesn't have a problem with that, right?
No, for real.
I'm gonna be real. Never liked the mom character, from what I remember.
No, Corpse Dad!
I'm be real. If I spent 5 years on an island just by myself,
Oh
he
my
didn't
God.
even toss him overboard. He just put him in a body bag.
Of course, why would he toss over Corpse Dad? He's got so much more advice to give him.
That wasn't even in a body bag. He just kept his body rotting there. I was kidding about the seagulls.
Get away from Corpse Dad!
I was actually kidding about the seagulls.
Corpse Dad's my favorite character.
I know,
Like,
right? He's such a great guy, you know. Like I said before, great listener, excellent company, you know. Hey, Oliver, what are you doing with Corpse Dad? Oh, he's taking him for a walk.
Oh yeah, taking Corpse Dad for a walk. Look, that's a lovely day for a walk. Don't you
Yeah,
think,
right,
Corpse
yeah.
Dad? Corpse Dad, you got any more wisdom about me sleeping with my girlfriend's sister? Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Thing, I haven't seen this movie, but I feel like it did a lot, like this trope of him being on an island for a few years. A little better. Castaway.
Wilson!
I'd go insane after maybe year 1.
The three of you are getting round the clock police protection, okay?
You were there. At the guy. You had him dead to rights after he threatened a police officer. Why did you not cuff him?
Point is, you have whipped up a storm with these guys, and until the dust settles, you'll be protected, okay?
Again, why didn't you just arrest the guy?
Not just as a father, but as a cop.
Not just as a father, as a cop? Then why didn't you arrest Martin? I'm
Look,
sorry,
Officer Lance is... You know, he's not in charge of the Star City Police. There's a reason for that.
Don't be an idiot. You take out Emily Nocenti, and Laurel Lance will never let this go.
She's not letting it go anyway. You know what you do? Yeah, you take out Lance and the other girl.
Take them all out.
Yeah, they never listen, do they? Like, he threatens them, and then nothing happens.
Of course you don't. You never want to talk to me about anything except for my social life.
Wait.
How did you go and make this about you?
Why is it I'm not liking two, like, her and the mom? Why do they make them such insufferable people?
It's crazy.
Like, Oliver, while he's kind of dark, brooding all the time, you know, he means well. She's just insufferable. Please tell me.
Tell
her
me
character
about your
changes.
traumatic experience. No, I'd really rather not. Well, fuck you then, brother!
2007. Wait, 5 years after 2007 was 2012. This show started in 2012?
Pretty sure. Yeah, that's kind of weird to just have tombstones and...
You think they ever took the one out, like the tombstone out for Joseph Joestar?
I'd ask you, beg you, to find your way home to me. Now here you are.
And you want to be a big brother to me? You don't want me doing drugs? What the fuck is wrong with you?
How dare you? You don't want me underage drinking and smoking?
You don't want me to be exactly like how you were? A troublemaker and a playboy? How dare you want me to be better than you were?
That's probably why I don't like these characters as of right now.
Because, like, you know what's kind of funny to think about is he might have probably still ended up acting like that, like how he is now with her, right?
Yeah.
Even if he didn't disappear for 5 years. 5 years changes you, regardless of island or, you know, battlefield.
What are you doing here, Ollie?
Why are you still calling him Ollie?
Yeah, it's like a really endearing nickname to give like your boyfriend.
Like, especially your ex that died, or you thought died 5 years ago.
Your ex that you thought died 5 years ago that was also fucking your sister. I'm not gonna let you forget that part of it.
Really, what made you realize that you hurt her? Was it the fucking her sister part, or the dead sister, or the fact that you told her to stay far away?
I'm a jerk.
You don't say. Is that a Dell laptop?
I actually dreamed about it, and I promised myself that if I ever got a chance to do it again, I'd do it with you.
Ecstasy? Basically the same thing.
This is as good as I remember.
It was 5, you know, I was gonna say it was 5 years ago, but like, if that was 5 years of that ice cream, that'd be very sad. It'd probably be one of the first things I try when I get back. That and hamburgers. Oh my god, I'd have a McDonald's hamburger. I'd be like Tony Stark.
Absolutely. I'd just be like Kaneki from Tokyo Ghoul, just scarfing down all that food. The only difference is I wouldn't be throwing it all up afterwards.
Exactly. I'd be like Balthazar from Sorcerer's Apprentice, you know? I recently rewatched that movie, dude. It's as good as I remember it.
It's a bit of a surprise.
What, a Nick Cage movie being, like, really good?
Yeah.
I mean, National Treasure's a pretty good movie.
I forget National Treasures in Nick Cage movies sometimes, somehow.
How? I mean, it's a Declaration of Independence.
It's like the movie he's famous for.
Right?
I don't know how. I don't know how to forget.
That and Ghost Rider. I like the first Ghost Rider.
Did you hear that?
He said, "Do you hear that?" Like we were just talking, and then we stopped talking, and he's like, "Did you hear that?"
Yeah, no, sorry, bro. We were being a little too loud. Yeah, you know, we'll just
We'll talk about Nick Cage elsewhere.
Oh God.
These people with guns are so bad at firing every time, and you have knives.
Go off, Diggle. Go
Let's
off.
go. Agreed.
Yeah, but like, not everyone can afford one.
He says that like, you know, I'm able to afford a bodyguard right now.
I can afford a bodyguard if I paid him in exposure.
I don't get it.
It seems like whenever you're with one of my daughters, people die. You stay away from Laurel, or I swear the next time you disappear, it will be permanent.
Yeah, I hate to break it to you, broski, but like, I think if Mr. Queen and his bodyguard weren't here,
Yeah.
will be in a body bag because, you know, this is more so a hazard of her own job.
But also, you're like that comment he made earlier about being able to keep his emotions in check. That didn't look like he was keeping his emotions in check.
So did you also get lucky when you knocked him out with that chokehold? Or
Like, are they legitimately just not going to bring up the chokehold?
you know what's funny is I could have sworn there was another bodyguard before Diggle. I could have sworn that like Diggle showed up like midway through.
I remember him being pretty early on. Was it around here? I don't remember, but...
Sir, we got 6 men up there. That's not enough. Move it.
Right. It's not enough. They got Stormtroopering.
So you'll lock her in a cell, but you won't lock Martin in a cell for threatening an officer of the law. See, it'd be one thing, right? If he was like a corrupt cop of some kind, you know, just taking money and you know what I mean? It'd make more sense for this. It's like he's trying to protect the daughter because he knows they're gonna go after her, and there's like, this is like the best situation he can do, but he's not being paid off. You know what's another thing that's crazy? I know they're like, they wanted a Batman character, but they couldn't get Batman, right? Thus, they get Oliver Queen, Starlight City. But there appears to be an awful lot of crime happening in Starlight City. Wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. I'm personally thinking a harder line in response to that. Oh God, help me is I'll send him to you.
Do you wish to speak with him?
Multilingual. Speaks Russian and Mandarin.
Oh, don't forget Russian.
I forgot Russian.
That makes you wonder how he learned this. Did he have a book? Bro just tossed his bow. I thought we were gonna get another iconic arrow leap.
You twitch, and you're dead.
Luckily for him, he streams only on Kick.
Go down.
Is that lucky, or is that like terrible? Because the Kick is like a terrible one.
I was gonna say Kick's alright, but
Yeah,
Kick's Kick, okay.
that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe this hood guy ain't so bad after all.
See, normally vigilantes aren't in these types of situations, but they always treat him like the worst thing ever. You ever notice that?
Oliver invited me last night.
Last night?
Is that surprise or jealousy I'm hearing?
So I'm a little jealous.
Is there something going on between these two?
Welcome to the future site of the Robert Queen Memorial Applied Science Center.
Why is he holding a golden shovel?
You know, typically you'd hold like a giant pair of scissors or some shit, but Air the dog all day.
Also, there doesn't appear to be that many people here.
Prodigal son returns
Get on with it!
But I'm not my father. I'm not the man he was. I'm not half the man he was. I never will be. So,
Corpse Dad was an amazing man.
Corpse Dad, best returning character, just saying. If they cut back to like flashbacks of him and it's just showing him and Corpse Dad, that'd be great. Peak cinema.
Absolutely.
Martin Summers, the CEO of Starling Port, was arrested last night for the murder of Victor Nocente.
And they couldn't have done this earlier because... who am I kidding? It's then because they wouldn't have no episode.
Car bomb time.
Whoop!
You heard a bunch of people doing it, okay? He is no hero. He is an anarchist.
Yeah, well, whoever he is.
You know, he might have a point if there was random civilians getting hurt too.
But these are, you know, people
These
that
are
bad
goons.
people are like... Yeah, these are goons.
Like, you would have been arresting them too, or shooting at them, probably.
They would have been casualties either way.
How many names do you think are in that book?
At least that page.
We're only crossing up 2 so far.
Hey, see, look, him and Corpse Dad.
Oh man. You know, Corpse Dad, you were right. We should have gone hiking today.
Although,
It was
hang
this
on.
lovely day, Corpse Dad. Now let's just hang out and enjoy the view, huh?
Although you bring up a good point about only having like 2 names crossed out. What happened to the guy at the beginning?
Jeez, Corpse Dad. Yeah, like
Doctor
nothing really
Strange?
matters in this book.
Again.
She
Why?
none Walter.
He has no idea that the yacht was sabotaged.
So that's why we don't like Mom.
See, I remember not liking her for other reasons. Not that she was just actually a bad person.
Right your wrongs. I will.
How was he able to know what those wrongs were, though?
Destroy it.
At least his, you know, I'm just saying, yeah. To be fair, I'd at least keep that one, but like chisel in some new numbers. Oliver, no! Corpse Dad! What have you done with Corpse Dad?
He's building Corpse Dad a little tent. Wait.
Look, I'm just saying, I have never seen Oliver Queen and the Arrow in the same place at the same
Holy
time.
shit! They actually are 2 different people! Holy fuck.
Oh my god.
Alright, episode 2. I forgot about that whole plot line with Mom.
To be fair, so did I. I just knew I didn't like her.
You know, I'm over here just thinking, you know, I don't like her. She's like, you know, a bit of a cheating whore, but holy crap. Yeah, she doesn't know. He doesn't know that I tried fucking killing both of them.
Yeah, just a little light murder never hurt anyone, right?
That's a little light murder. So I don't remember what the fuck that little symbol was on Corpse Dad's notebook.
What are you talking about? That's like the thing for Doctor Strange. Don't you remember?
Oh yeah, you're right. How could I forget? When does Oliver Queen show up in the Avengers?
He hasn't already? I thought he was the guy with the bow and arrow, you know, in Avengers.
Oh no, you're right. That is him. Then he goes to Japan in Endgame. But whoever the fuck Mom was talking to also had that symbol. Very, very interesting.
Oh, indeed. See, I know, throughout the episode, I complain about the same thing being like in the plot because it's like a massive plot hole, right? But I am enjoying the show so far to a weird extent. Like it's a nostalgia-based, having fun type thing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, it's like I'm not hating the show.
Yeah.
Yet.
Yet. There are gonna be times where it's gonna be so bad.
We're gonna actually be fuming.
Yeah.
At the end of some of these episodes. I can see it.
Same with Flash. There are gonna be times in the Flash where I'm just gonna be like, why the fuck did you do that?
Right.
It makes no sense at certain points, and I'm just like, but we're getting ahead of ourselves.
We're talking about Arrow episode 2.
Great.
Nice little plot hook we got there at the end with Mom.
Yeah, like I said, this whole series would have been fine if it was like 3 seasons max. If you really wanted to add a 4th one, but that's it.
Okay, maybe don't add the 4th one. Anyways,
Fair enough.
We're not there yet. We'll get there when we get there.
Yeah, we'll get there when we get there. Good story so far. So far.
Very nice story. Very nice.
I'm still wondering why the fuck John didn't bring up the fact that, Oliver choked him out that one time.
I know! That's probably the part that's gonna, irritate me the most, but watch them do it, episode 3 or 4.
No, see, we're just, questioning, why he's not doing it, episode 2, and then all of a sudden later he's gonna be like, hey, remember when you choked me out that one time at the party in episode 1?
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Well, now it's my turn. Just fucking knocks him out.
God, yeah, that'd be great.
Crazy to think that Mr. Arrow and Oliver Queen actually are two very different people. I was surprised. I wasn't. That was a pretty big plot twist we got at the end there, too.
Look, I'm just saying, man. The argument you could make is I have never seen Oliver Queen and Robin Hood in the same place at the same time.
Until Leanne Yu, bro. There he was. He was there. He shot Oliver Queen.
Yeah. See, Oliver Queen could never be the Arrow because he got shot.
Exactly. He got shot by the Arrow. How the fuck could he be the Arrow? Or, sorry, no, they're calling him the Hood this season.
Yeah, that's right. See, it's the Hood, and then I think it's second or third season. Second season, they
second or
go
third's
the
when they start calling him the Arrow, yeah.
But they didn't. When did they start calling him Green Arrow?
Oh, the same point they always do with fucking shows like this. Or superhero content near the end. I think the one trouble with a lot of these fucking superhero movies and shows, CW especially, that I fucking cannot stand. They will go out of their way for the entire series or the entire movie not to call the superhero by their superhero name until the very end, where it's like who are you? And then the superhero turns around and is like, I'm fucking alcohol man. And then Linkin Park starts playing as the credits roll.
Look, I'll give Flash this. At least they called him the Flash. But the only reason they called him the Flash, I want to say, was because of... What's his name? I forget what his name is right now.
Cisco?
No, was it Cisco?
Pretty sure.
I didn't think Cisco named Flash.
Long hair guy?
No, the one in the wheelchair.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I think he was the one that named Flash. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, and then for the whole movie, they'll call Alcohol Man fucking the Shot or some shit, the Beer, and then they drop the fucking name, and it's like, why did you fucking wait the entire movie for him to call himself by his name?
To be fair, though, I think the Shot is such a better, more funnier name.
Better name than Alcohol Man.
Oh yeah. The Shot. Downs a shot real quick.
For the next 11 minutes, the Shot is basically immortal.
Good stuff, good stuff.
You know what else is good stuff, actually?
What is it? What else is good
liking
stuff?
the video if you like it, if you dislike it, hitting that subscribe button and that little notification bell so you know when we post. Comment down below what your favorite line from Corpse Dad was. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!
Bye!